battled the tail off second half, and we had bad possessions offensively. That's on me. I got to help them out more than that. I can't allow that. We had bad possessions, and we put ourselves in a position to win. And some bad turnovers, late shot clocks. We didn't have the possessions that we needed. So I feel really bad that we didn't get it done, but I am proud of them for fighting their tails off the last month and overcoming some ups and downs. They did a great job.
An 8-point lead against this team almost feels like 16. What do you make of this team's comeback in that second half?
Oh yeah, no, they stayed with it. At halftime they were disappointed. We gave up some real easy baskets, and they were determined at halftime to make a better showing, and they did. We rebounded the ball better. Second half, I think we were down 7 boards, and I think we ended up down 3, so we out-rebounded them second half. We created some turnovers and got some points off those turnovers. We did some good things. I'm not sure exactly what time it was. We were up 42-40 there, and that's kind of where the bad possession started. We just turnovers. We'll have an offensive foul. We fumbled one. We ran it down the shot clock and didn't get good looks. And like I said, I didn't help him enough. That's my job, and I didn't help him.
Beyond a couple of misses there by Lou down the stretch, you mentioned the turnovers. He had a hard time with the handle and the dribble, even dating back to last weekend. Clearly, the fingers being taped is not great. How tough was that from a coaching perspective, having to live with the good and the bad of knowing that?
Yeah, that's he had no assists, 3 turnovers. And it's tough. And when he did try to make a play driving, just he didn't have very good looks. So again, 4 for 8 from 3. He got some good looks there, and I think he had one, rattle around, not go in. And Lou had one rattle around, not go in. And, we needed something to go down there. And, but again, they battled. We gave them just a couple looks that I was disappointed in. But other than that, I thought they played really hard. And other than rebounding the first half, which was really bad, we didn't have any offense, and they had 7. And that was the difference.
With the exception of that, really, it seemed like for a good portion of the game, things were going, I would imagine, according to plan. I mean, Jerome didn't have any assists until 5-6 minutes left in the first half. Hunter was somewhat effective, but Guy was missing from 3. I mean, really, a lot of things were going your way.
I thought so too. I thought we were playing hard. I thought we had them out of rhythm. They're a very rhythm team. They just turn their stuff, run it over and over. And, I thought we had them out of that rhythm. I thought our presses were just bothering them enough to take enough time and take them out of the rhythm. So no, I thought we were in pretty good shape. We let him out of a double team right before half. They got an easy one. Kenny's got to keep him in the double team. We let him out, and he made a play. And Clark played well. He made plays, and he had big shots for him. We lost him a couple times, but no, like I said, 42-40 there. We had the game where we wanted, and didn't get the stops we needed, and obviously didn't have the offensive possessions that we needed.
And then when you're down 3 and you got enough stops, I think you got about 4 looks to tie it or get there. Are you okay with? Really had a couple rimmed out? Or?
Nah, we got to get better possessions than that. Like I said, that's my fault. We had a couple that were good looks, but we had a couple that weren't good looks. And guys panicked a little bit there, and that's where they're playing with a lot of confidence because they've been playing so well, and they really felt like I thought we took a couple quick ones that we didn't. So.
Coach, at the beginning of this tournament, you said one of your worries with this group was that they were inexperienced, they were going to try too much. Now that you made it all the way to Sweet 16, what can you say about the experience they've gained in this tournament?
Well, I hope even the guys that didn't get an opportunity to play, learn something from fighting adversity and staying with it, coming back. I always tell them, they're going to be judged in times of adversity. When it's going good, everybody looks pretty good. But when there's adversity, how do you handle that? How do you handle the ups and downs of a long season? We started practice October 1, and April 1's here pretty quick. It's been a long 6 months for them. putting up with me and you know, up and down. So it's been a long 6 months, but you know, I thought they fought adversity really well throughout the season, and you know, made a pretty good showing for themselves here late. We did have some bad games early, and everybody pointed those out, but we knew it, you know. And but here down the stretch, we played hard, we played well, and this is a team that won the ACC and won 31 games, you know, and we had our chance. We weren't tough enough, and like I said, we had those bad possessions that I really feel bad about.
When will you start the process of discussing with players next season, their future, whether it's Lou?
You know, that's their decision. You know, I told them all in there, you know, I want them all to come back. You know, but I want them to do what's best for them. You know, this isn't about Oregon. It's about each individual player. You know, I say that every year. They've got to do what's best for them, you know, and I hope that they feel Oregon's the best for them. You know, that's what our hope is. But you know, I want them to do what they and their families feel is the best for them. They chose Oregon because they felt like it was the best for them, and I sure hope everybody still feels that way. But again, I never twist anybody's arm. I tell them how bad we want them to stay. You know, and you know, hopefully they will.
Could you don't take the philosophy of, like, tell everybody to test the waters because they have that right to do that?
You know, they'll make that decision. Yeah. You know, they don't ask me. that's their decision. That's, you know, they've got a lot of people they'll talk to. You know, everybody's got a list of people they talk to. I'm not sure where I end up on that list sometimes, but. You know, like I said, I just want them to do what they feel and their families feel is best for them, you know, and then they'll let us know, and then we'll go to work and we'll figure out putting a team together for next year.
From a recruiting perspective, Dana, obviously, look, I mean, this is 3 Sweet 16s in 4 years, but like 3 weeks ago, that could have been back-to-back NITs or a tougher spot. What do you think this run does as you try to potentially land other guys here in this April period? What do you think this might mean from a recruiting perspective? Everything's about the here and now, you know that.
Yeah. I don't know. Like I said, we try to find guys that fit and that want to work with us, and you know, so you know, we hope that guys want to come play for us, you know, and you know, we'll work our tails off. You know, get a great staff, and we'll work our tails off and try to find some guys that want to be here and that want to play for us. So, and then we'll just go to work with them.
Staff stability has been huge in your tenure. Everybody's contracts, all your assistants' contracts are up in June. You just had an extension. Wait till after the NABC to work that out?
No, I hope they all stay. You know, I've been really fortunate. Stubbs works his tail off. Mike's been here now. Kevin's been with me. Josh is irreplaceable. So no, I've got a great staff. You know, I'm sure they'll have opportunities. You know, and, just because I'm staying doesn't mean they're staying, you know. So, you know, again, I want them to do what's best for them too. And I hope they think that Oregon, and we got great support from Rob and the president. Everybody's, you know, really supportive of trying to keep them because they know how good they are.
Coach, I know it's still very fresh, but Paul White said last week that he wanted to be one of those teams that you talk about in the future, like the teams of the past that you talk about now. When you think about this team, what do you think about in the season?
Well, I definitely talk about how they fought adversity, without a doubt. Oh, there's absolutely no doubt about that. We'll talk about, you know, comebacks and, you know, not giving into it, fighting adversity. Absolutely, you know, because 15 and 12 didn't look very good, and you know, guys never gave up. You know, it's like I said, it's a long season, and they could have gave into it. But we'll judge this group on how they fought adversity, and that's something that we'll talk about.
Thank you so much, Coach.